episode 2 of Walk, Cook, Walk, and we're going to be doing a corned beef hash today. We're heading up over to those woods back there, and we're going to try and find, it's quite a busy woodland, lots of dogs, people, etc. So we're going to try and tuck in somewhere out of the way, set the tarp up, because I think we're going to get some rain, and it's not about getting rain in your food. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So again, the reason for this is just to get out. I just hate being stuck indoors, especially at the weekend. So I did ask the kids if they wanted to come, and then of course no, they want to play video games and watch YouTube. So yeah, I thought, you know, they're old enough to be able to be left on their own, so out I come, pack the bag, got my stove, food to cook, utensils, herbs, seasoning, yada yada yada, and yeah, should be fun. We'll back in shortly. We are very lucky to have this nice area of Greenland. I think this is going to be corn at the moment, but all this is planned to be a country park along with loads of houses, so we will end up losing the nice area that we did have. But again, I totally get it. We do need houses. People need to live in houses and stuff. Oh look, a random apple tree. I never knew that was there. Never seen that before, even though I've come past here 1,000 times. Might be quite new. Maybe somebody dropped an apple core. But yeah, it does look like we're going to get some rain, but that's fine. We'll set a tarp up and we'll go from there. This is why I come out here. Isn't it marvellous? So if you did want to explore these woods, they are just off a road called Common Lane on the border between Bramcote and Chilwell in Nottingham. Like I say, they are quite a busy wood. Bloody noisy helicopter. Couldn't have timed that worse. But yeah, it's quite a nice little woodland. There's quite a lot of space inside. I used to come up here when I was younger, also with Scouts, because it is at, well, I'm not sure if it's still owned by the Scouts, but at one point it was owned by the Scouts, and we used to come up and have camps, and they even used to do like a bonfire night, but they haven't done it the last couple of years for some reason. It was bloody good anyway. I managed to bring the kids, I think, to the last one that they did, but they didn't seem to do it again. But again, it's just about getting out into the woods, just exploring and just being in peace. Now, this seems not as trodden, so this is why we are coming this way. And the plan was to set up against the wall around the corner. If I am right in thinking where we are. I mean, even here would be okay, but let's go scout ahead, see where else we can find. I've got to find somewhere else. The spot that I did pick, where I imagined where I was going to set up, it's just too heavily walked with dogs, and you don't want dogs sticking their nose in a hot pan. Oh wow, look at that tree. It's pretty crooked, but I'm not sure whether it's still alive or is it another tree. Who knows? Bit in between these 3 trees, there's another tree there. Hopefully we'll be able to fasten the tarp to them. And I think this is our spot. Let's get unpacked. But yeah, this is what we've got. Some pre-chopped up tatties. They're going to get boiled. We've got the corned beef and some butter in there, some onion there, and we've got a pot of like flavourings with a bit of a it was called a spicy American gravy. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of that in there to help thicken it up, and it's also got a bit of tomato puree in, and that's just a bit of garlic and a bit of pepper. So if cooking's something that you like doing and you like being outdoors, go do both. Just do it safely. Obviously this is using bioethanol. It's quite a well-contained system. I think it's Swedish or Swiss. It's called a Trangi. Bought it years ago, used it a handful of times, and just want to get using it again. This is like a little break away from it all. I've also got another YouTube channel called Fermented World. I'm a home brewer as well. I like to brew my own beer, mead, cider, wine, you name it. If you can ferment it, I've probably tried. So yeah, do go check that out as well if you're into homemade stuff and you'd like to learn how to brew your own beer, or even cider or mead. Mead is honey wine if you're not sure, but this is coming to the boil now, so we're going to be adding our tatties. Also, don't let anyone stop you do what you want to do. As long as you're not hurting anybody and you're having fun, happy days, eh? I got one comment on my first video. It says a guy cooking his lunch in his back garden. I thought it was brilliant. I love the banter. I do. I love it. So yeah, quite happy with this spot. Taters are cooking away. It's nice. I've got a massive tree behind me and loads of sticks and stuff like that. So if someone was going to come up behind me, I would hear them. There's main entrances that way, and we are a little bit off the beaten track here. So it doesn't look like there's any way of going that way. I did walk down that way when I was coming to find this spot, but it does seem to like end rather overgrown that way. But yeah, just if you do go out and do this, just be aware that, you know, you are on your own. There possibly will be people about. You just got to be respectful and polite. And the best thing of all, the most important thing of all, is you leave no trace. You leave it exactly as you found it. Now, when I turned up, there was this crisp wrapper here. Now, I'm actually going to take that with me, because it doesn't need to be out here rotting in the woods, does it? What I would recommend though is bringing some flipping mosquito repellent, because I'm getting bitten up like savagery here. They just love me. Random as you like, but we've got another red-headed cardinal bug. I just had to flick him off the side of the Trangi. He's trying to get in it, look. Come on, lad. Let's not be going in there. Come on, sod off somewhere else. Last video had one of these guys as well. I've literally just put him over there and he's coming back. I'm going to have to take him further away or he's going to get hurt. Right, and there you go, corned beef hash, cooked on a trangie. And what I'm going to do now is get rid of that water there, which is now cooled down, so it's safe to tip away. If you're tipping your hot water away, do try and do it somewhere where there's no growth or anything, preferably on concrete, but I couldn't find any, so I just cleared an area up there. Okay, yes, it's going to be bad for that small patch of soil, but I had nowhere else to put it. So I'm going to be using this to eat out of, as I didn't bring anything else. I could just eat out of the tins, but they're hot, you see, so I don't really want to. And you just get yourself a good helping of the corned beef hash. That's all nice and done there. And then get yourself your beans, which you can't see me doing because the camera angle is wrong. You don't need to serve it with beans. You can serve it with whatever you bloody well like. But I'm having it with beans. And there we go. Food fit for a king. It's not the most appetizing looking meal, but that'll keep you going. Carbs, protein, vegetables, and spilling more beer. I've spilt more of this than I've bloody drank. Now it did start to rain, so I'm gutted I couldn't fit the tarp up because that would have been really cool, but I just need a couple of lessons on how to do a tarp. So now I'm going to eat this, pack everything away, make sure it looks exactly the same way it did when I got here, and I'm going to go home. Simple as that. Thank you for taking the time to enjoy this with me. Simple pleasures. Delicious. And as I said, leave no trace. Once that top bit there's dried out, you will not know that I was even here. No litter, no nothing. That's my water bottle I will be picking up. And onwards now, home.